Millions.co. We appreciate y'all watching Millions.co. Don't forget to watch the fight this Saturday with Danny Garcia. We're gonna have some fun with that one. In the meantime, we've got a special treat and a Hank Russell invitation first. I've been doing this a while. This is my first ever UFC contracted fighter. I've been covering this sport for a long time, and and I love it. I mean, I've been watching it since 1999, so I've been watching it a long time. My guest at this time, she is an LFA veteran. She has been on the Contender Series. She has fought in the UFC 4 times. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest at this time is Miss Dione, the Witch Barbosa.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the time and for having me here. I'm happy to join here and talk with you a little bit. And I'm honored to be the first one.
Oh, absolutely. I've been covering this sport. Like I said, I've been watching this sport forever, and I've been covering it for a long time as well. I've interviewed future UFC contracted fighters before, but never one that's actually been in the UFC.
That's cool.
You are my first, and I watched your episode with the Contender, and I know you won the fight, obviously, but I love how they have kept you around, and that's great. I don't know, I mean, Contender goes on so much. I love that you've had 4 fights. You've probably got one coming up here soon, wouldn't you say?
This is what I'm looking for. We don't sign nothing, but I would say yes for my manage, and I'm looking for fight. December is kind of is the schedule right now is hard for put me in for fight, but probably January I will be have the fight for this is what I'm looking for.
Okay, and that makes sense. I mean, I know that there were days where you didn't fight, but every every 5 to 6 months. But the fact that you're maybe gonna do one within 6 months is a blessing nowadays.
Oh yeah. So this one the reason I come to live in Las Vegas here because I'm be able to be ready for fight anytime. Want to fight more often. This is one reason I'm staying in America. And I just go to Brazil right after fight for see my family. Spend I have a good time with them, but I stay here and I was asked for fight because this is what I want to do, stay active.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And so you live in Vegas.
I live in Vegas. Yeah.
What team do you train under?
I train almost the part here in UFCPI, the Performance Institute. I have my head coach here. I have a team with me, and I train in the hybrid jiu-jitsu too. With Raquel Canoto and Renato Canoto too. He's a UFC BJJ athlete, both of them. Raquel will fight for the belt in December. I don't know the day exactly, but yeah, she'll fight for the belt. So this is the 2 places I usually train.
I did some research on you. Is it true that you looked at the Black Zillions camp before you joined the camp you're at now?
No, and King's MMA.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I train in because I live in California 2 years. Yeah, I trained there and I just left because I come live in Las Vegas. It's more I love all my history and everything and I build with Kings MMA. It's something I bring for me forever. It's one of the greatest experience I have in my life. But living in California is expensive. UFC athlete, first contract, immigrant too. So I'm not be able to stay there and continue my pro career the way the proper way. So this is why I come to Las Vegas. We have the PI here, the Performance Institute, and I can focus more on my career, my body, recovery, and
Right.
everything.
It's funny. I love to talk about the fighters that live in Vegas because I haven't been to Vegas yet as an adult. But I've always wanted to go. One of these days I'm gonna go over there and at least catch a UFC or something, if it's not too
Yes.
expensive.
Yep.
But the irony is that I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Have you ever heard of Memphis, Tennessee?
Yes.
Jeff Mullins, the athletic director of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, trained me when I fought. So people always ask me how tight I am with Jeff Mullins, the athletic director, and I'm just like, we're pretty tight, but I can't really talk to him about stuff like that.
I believe, but you need to come here and check out for sure. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, for like a soul, I'm happy like talk with you. Hopefully, I'm the
Yes.
first one, but not the last one. And like more and more, more, you bring more like UFC athletes, and hopefully you'll
Yeah.
be here cover the UFC fight nights and like number cards.
I sure hope so, because I don't think people realize. I mean, I like all sports, but ever since 1999, 1998, Tito Ortiz versus Frank Shamrock. That was my first fight I ever watched. That was
That's
26,
cool.
27 years ago. It's my favorite sport, and I competed in it. I competed in it 18 years ago. So, and hence the reason. And Jeff Mullins is from my city, and that's how
Uh-huh.
and that's how I know Jeff Mullins. So,
That's cool. That's cool. So you have obligation come to Vegas and stay more close to UFC and UFC athletes. So when you're here, let me know, and I bring you like around like my guest. We can like check around. That'll be cool.
oh, that would be awesome. Maybe one day, Boss Lady. I'm telling you. Uh, so, what is okay? Obviously, I don't like to talk about losses,
Uh huh.
but the unanimous decision loss you had back during
Hmm.
UFC 319. What was the one thing you regret about that fight?
Well, I think it's what like everybody like come talk with me is about like the short notice
Yes.
situation. It is not something I will like, oh, I should not to do because if happen again, it's a really good opportunity. I think like this is sport and like the sport life is about opportunity. So I get in
Yes.
UFC and I really like good opportunity too. It's 4 days not see for like I need cut 16 pounds at a time and 3 days basically.
I, th-
So
I th- yeah. I think it looks good on your resume though that you took a fight on such short notice.
yeah, but like why I would say like no for some fight in the pay-per-view card with somebody's number like 9 rank in my division where like I trained so hard. I fight with her before.
Mm-hmm.
I know who I am. I know my skills, how much I train. I'm like, yeah, I have nothing in this fight. I'm like, I can't tell you like right now, well, I suppose like don't do that. Like of course have like technical things. We already like pass over, make notes, and I'm like I'm trained, try fix like the things I think I should like to fix. But about the situation about like short notice, I'm a fighter. It's my job. I need to be ready for fight anytime. You know what I mean? Like I cannot to use like excuse him like short notice things like that. Make sense?
No, it does. I mean, I get it, but it gave you kind of that Chuck Liddell, Conor McGregor type vibe, meaning that I'll fight anywhere, body anywhere, anytime, and that was the respect level that you had already
Mhm.
had. But I believe that definitely probably looked good in the eyes of the company.
Yeah, I'm like I think so too, but in the end of the day, it looks good like for me, for like who I am like an athlete and I can like put my head in my pillow and sleep well because if I say no for one opportunity like that, I will like listen the voice in my like in my head like if I'm like if I'm like I cannot sleep like well. So I already over like this loss. Loss is like sucks. It's hard. But I cannot hold this back. I need to think like forward right now. I want to back to like Victor Colon and climb my spot in the rank because I know I deserve it and I will be there soon.
Well, you had the size advantage going into the
Mhm.
fight, so that was one thing you had going for you. But you said you had to cut 16 pounds.
This is contender series for these fights, like it's a little bit more.
Whew.
Yep, but we have more time. We have like 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks. So it is hard, like a female, like a fighter.
Yes,
Uh, but it, like I told you, like it's my job. I know like how my body like work and everything. We did a really good like cut weight. The UFCPI here, like the nutrition team, helped me a lot, and my team too. So, and I did my job. So, I think this like all the support I have around me helped me a lot.
that's good. I mean, you're at a pretty good training camp, and they probably know their stuff.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I was like take notes, like look my body. I always try like test myself. So all this thing about like the test we did here at PI is about like how many weeks you can like cut the amount like weight you have in your body. You can take fight in like 2 3 weeks. So we already have like these data like down. So we work like hours around that.
Yeah, I mean, at least you've got it down to a science now, and you've been fighting for what 4 or 5 years now.
Yes.
I knew you, because I was looking at your record. I think because I was looking at your record. That's what I do.
Uh-huh.
And you started in 17 as in 2017 as an amateur,
Yep.
and
With like no idea what I'm doing.
you went pro in 2018.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So you've definitely got it down to a science. That's for sure.
Yeah,
And
it's like my first fight. I don't have like so much time. I use actually my background I have like with judo. But I start to fight actually like MMA, train properly and everything. Problem science. I come here to America so like 4 years ago.
right. Well, I mean, and you looked very energetic when you fought Rain Guerrero. That was the one. Obviously that was the one you were on the Contender Series with, and
Uh-huh.
you looked very energetic on there. So you clearly had some people to help you prepare on how to be able to come into a fight.
Oh yeah, I always try to have like peoples around me, not just for support me, but for like for get me like prepare for like anything.
Are there any UFC legends that you train with at your gym?
Right now we have like Cesar Almeida train with me, UFC fighter. Ozzy Diaz, Jean Paul Lebosiani, he just signed with UFC from Contender Series this year. We have
Mm-hmm.
Alex Paris, Vanessa Demopoulos. We have a lot, like Brandon Moreno, like train with me, like jiu-jitsu a couple times a week. He does like sparring, like with us here. So I'm like, yeah, I have a pretty good, like solid, like team around me and like good athletes and like coach too.
The stigma. You're a smaller fighter, obviously. You're the
Hmm.
smallest that you can, 125,
Hmm.
flyweight. Is there an advantage to training with these little bit bigger fighters? Does it give you an edge when it comes to the fight? Like you're training with a lot of bigger fighters?
Well, we have a lot 135, 125 fighters here too. Like Prospector, like he will be in UFC soon, fighting LFA and A1. So this help a lot. So I don't train with a lot like big guys. It's so hard. But the guys 125 and 135, and they already like strong for myself. So like right now. And but I was trained with boys. I have like no problem with that. It's hard to have like a lot females in the mat. But I have like no problem with training with everybody for sure. No.
No, I get it. And at least it's a lot different than when I fought. There weren't hardly any women, female fighters when I started. And, that was the days of like when they said that women couldn't fight in MMA and they wouldn't. And now here we are. At least you have a few people that you could work out with.
Yeah, for sure. Like I don't mention like Aileen Paris, she like constantly come to Las Vegas for training with like my group with me and the other ladies here. So yeah, it's so nice to see like more ladies and men like we can like uh grow like together, like be better together and like and make this UFC like the because we like you say like years ago like oh never would be like females fighting, but now we have, and we see like the level of these ladies just like going up, up, up. So I'm like I'm proud to be like part of that.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way nowadays. It's such a, there was the one thing I like about the UFC is that it's always progressed. Like
Oh yeah,
when I started, when I started watching it, there was nothing below 155 pounds, nothing below a lightweight.
uh huh,
Now you have three different weight classes lower for men.
yes,
And then in the early 2010s, there were no women fighters, in the UFC, but they saw the success that other ones like Strike Force and a couple others had.
yeah.
And so they decided to put that in. So they will always progress, even if they say they won't.
Yeah, I think the it's a business. So when you see the opportunity, I think UFC is like doing a pretty good job with that and see opportunities like in the business world and like just yeah, let's do it. And right now I think they always try to do like the first to like build some like product like I don't know, a different like weight class or go a different like country, do things like that. But yeah, I think it's like this is what people want to see, and UFC is always ready for like give to them.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, and that's good. I mean, they always need to new product, and then they also need to improve the product.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's good point. It's a good point.
Yes, absolutely. So, were you living? Okay, I saw your LFA history.
Hmm.
Were you living here in the States during your
Hmm.
LFA years?
Uh huh. Yes, yes.
How long have you been in the United States now?
4 years and a half.
Okay, okay, yeah, because I'm looking at all these fights that you did, and some of the organizations I've heard of. So you clearly flew here for a lot of them too. So that's good.
Yes. Uh huh. Yeah.
That's dedication right there.
Well, yeah, I come here with like when I've come to America, I think about stay like 6 months. LFA already talked with me, and I'm like, okay, I stay for 6 months for train. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm supposed to like fight in Brazil because we have LFA there too. But about training, opportunity, they talk with me. They like let's do like the right thing. We sign your like visa work and everything. Let's fight here. I'm like I'm down. I just want to fight and make my way to go to UFC because this is my goal. Uh, when I come to America, is about like I need to improve my striking because I know it's something I need to do for being like in UFC. So I spent 6 months there and back and try bring this with me. But we have plans. God have like different plans and we see the opportunity too. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So this one, like LFA start to like give me fights, put me like, make me like busy. And I'm like, yeah, I just try, accept every single opportunity they give to me and believe in everything I'm doing, all the work. And yeah, get in UFC.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I've been to a couple of UFC events, and just watching it, much less being in the octagon, it's got to be two different things, obviously.
It is. It is. When I'm like my first fight in UFC, and every single fight I have here, I'm like, we can see how big it is, and yeah, it's just amazing. See how much I put in the MMA in my career, and when I go like fight in UFC, see everything how big it is, and everything. I'm like so happy.
Did did you grow up watching the UFC?
No, so much because I compete a lot judo, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm when like my coach started to talk about like I should go to UFC and everything, I'm like, why? He like, oh, you have like profile for fight UFC. I'm like, no, I didn't. I don't have because I fight like judo all my life is gi. I don't need like punch nobody, kick nobody. And I started competing like jiu-jitsu a little bit. Like, yeah, I like the way you're aggressive. You are hunting for like submission, things like that. I think you should try. And when he started to bother me for do this thing, I'm start to watch.
It's hard to get them judo throws off in the UFC now, though.
Oh, actually, no. If you saw my last fight, it's not that hard.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. True. True. But but you used her leverage against her. Like if she, that was the thing about it. Like you did do it, but
Mhm.
it's so weird how like people are starting to learn how to defend it, but she clearly didn't know how to defend judo. I
It's
was like,
hard. It's hard defend. I think the maybe people need to be like more used to like get takedown and do something like after. But of course we like we have like so much like different takedown and we try like connect with like some position we want. And yeah, it is it's different. So it's not everybody have this background about like judo, big trolls. So
have you ever seen Carl Parisian fight?
cool.
Caro Parisian.
No.
He fought. He was big in the UFC about 20 years ago. So
Okay.
that's
I have
probably
to
why you
go.
haven't seen him. You need to
Mm-hmm.
watch his fights and his highlights, his judo throw highlights. But
Mm.
there's one particular one, and I'll write it in your DM on Instagram. On Instagram, I'll DM
Please
the
do it.
yes. But he's got this. He's got tons of throws. But his one that stood out above the rest was when he fought this guy named Josh Berkman, and he threw him about 3 feet in the air, like at a high altitude. And that was, and you don't see that too often these days.
Mhm.
And yours was pretty close during the last fight. So, but yeah, I'll type in his name, and if I can find a video, I'll send it to you in your DM. But
Yeah,
yeah,
send to me. I love it. I
but
love it.
he was known as a judo guy in the MMA, and he had just high altitude throws. It was insane how he fought, and it was. I used to have his T-shirt and everything. He was one of my favorites.
That's cool. I want to watch.
I will, and you'll be like, maybe I could do that.
Yes,
You
why
know?
not? We always like looking for something. So I love to see like old fights. Uh, especially like when we know like your new opponent, think like you start to stood and you try find people's have almost the same like style your opponent and you like to see like people's fight against this. So it's sent to me. It's always like good to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Most people do double leg takedowns, and others do judo throws. So
Oh yeah.
so
It's
that,
both
that
words. Both words. Have space for like every single troll.
oh, absolutely. It was it was always fun. It's always fun when I see judo practitioners, but I didn't know that was your background. I thought Brazilian Jiu Jitsu was your background.
Now judo is my background. I have my first like black belt in judo. And after that I have like my jiu-jitsu black belt.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I knew you had a black belt in Jiu Jitsu. I didn't know you
Uh-huh.
had a black belt. So
Yeah,
that's
in
awesome.
judo. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. No, I love him. But
Mhm.
oh my goodness, I gotta. Yeah, I just you don't see too many black belts in judo nowadays either.
I don't. I think have a lot. No, like don't have a lot fight MMA for sure.
You have people that have knowledge of it.
Hmm.
I mean, I think Ronda Rousey, if I'm not mistaken, she had a you know she had a black belt in judo. If I'm not mistaken, she competed in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, Kayla Harrison too. She's two times Olympic champion.
She sure was. I don't know why that name didn't come out to me.
Yeah, Kayla Harrison. We have one lady from like Lithuania. I don't know how to say in English, but Julia, she just like get cut from UFC, but she have background that I'm pretty sure she's black belt in judo too.
Mm-hmm.
We have Amanda Ribas, Luana Pinheiro, Luana Santos too. Like the Brazilian we have a lot. Bruno Ferreira, a Hook, he's a black belt in judo too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
from Brazil we have a lot. Like so all these peoples I told you, like I think Amanda, Luana Pinheiro, and Bruno Hucke, we know each other from like the judo Brazilian team.
Uh,
We
uh,
have
Ama-
like
Amanda.
Hibas.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So we know each other like way before MMA career.
I didn't know that. I mean, I've
Yeah.
that's awesome. I mean, Brazil's such a big country, but there seems like to be a small community in the fighting
Oh
size.
yeah. Yeah, you say everything is a big like we live like my hometown is so far from like Amanda hometown, Bruno Hucke, for example, like hometown, but because the judo we have a lot of like national like tournament, we know like each other. We start to fly to compete international like too. So we spend like sometimes weeks together because we need to do like the team, like Brazilian team, acclimation, like training, things like that. So like we know each other like well.
Oh no, I mean to be fair, you know, the one thing I do love about Brazilian fighters
Uh-huh.
is their hunger, and part of the hunger is wondering how far you will travel to get better at your craft.
Yes. Yes.
I have never been to Brazil. I've been to Venezuela before, but never
Uh-huh.
Brazil. And that's only a few countries up. But the thing about it is that it's a whole different ball game when you're having to drive like 5 hours at least. I'm assuming that's about how long it was.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like we always see think like opportunity, like if you need like drive 5 hours for fight or things like that, we try like make the things work. So we always hunting for like get like works done.
Yeah, I mean that's why a lot of like they were talking about this on did you I don't Daniel Cormier had a conversation with Shannon Sharp. Have you ever heard of Shannon Sharp?
Mm-mm.
Shannon Sharp's a well-known sports broadcaster here in this
Okay.
country. He's got his own show, and he talked to Daniel Cormier. Obviously, you know who Daniel Cormier is.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Daniel Cormier said that the reason why that a lot of there's not any American champions right now, and that's because for Americans there is a great passion and a great desire, but there's not a need like it is for people that come from other countries right now. And I feel like that a lot of Brazilian fighters who have had great success, it's because not only do they love it and are good at it and desire it, but they need it. Do you agree?
I agree, like 100%. For most than us, like for myself, I can talk with myself, is the opportunity to like change my family life, my life. So my reality, like in Brazil, so have like no plan B. So most the athletes come for like countries, the way I come and everything. We hungry. We need make this like work. We have no and we don't have another like way. No another no plan B. Like I say before. So like yeah, we need that. So we for like you take this like from me yeah we need like more and it is hard because we have like life hard life so it's
No.
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that I think that's a big deal when it comes to fighters and why fighters are who they are. You have to somehow like Americans have to find it as a need now,
Hmm.
or else they will not be successful. Sean O'Malley is a great fighter, but Marab needed it.
Sorry.
Marab.
What?
No, no, you're good.
Sorry. Yeah, I understand exactly what you say, yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
my
based
opinion
upon
too. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. He become a like champion like one time, but it's a cycle. You know what I mean? Like maybe we need to dig in like in some place something, but who knows? Who knows? I cannot talk for like because he's already like he was a champion. He's a former champion, so. I never be like in his position, so I'm no like have voice like right now for like make opinion about that.
sure. No, I
Mhm.
understand. And I know you're trying to get your career going as well. So you've got to
Yeah.
do what you have to do.
Yep. Yep. This is what I think. I need to do what I need to do without like excuse. Need to get done.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
So we can't. I can't thank you. Me and Millions.co can't thank you enough for being on here today. I am so happy that you came on. It's been nothing but a pleasure. My first UFC contracted fighter, and you know it's been a blessing to have you on. I'm going to write you in my DM or in your DMs, and it'll be Hank Russell, no spaces. And you know, do you have anything to say before I let you go?
No, and thank you. I hope like come back for talk with you more.
Please.
Is that like an honor like come here, talk about a little bit about me, about like what I think and I don't know. It's always like an honor, like talk with people, want to know like me a little bit. So
And you noticed
thank
I
you.
didn't ask what your nickname meant because I know that people always ask you that, and I don't want you to tell me because I've already heard.
You like it's no bad thing, right?
Right, of course,
So
of course.
okay.
I've heard your reason, and I've heard you say everybody asked me that. And I'm like, I'm not
No,
going
but
to
I
ask.
have no problem to talk. But it is a good reason, and I love my nickname, and the reason for, and it's a special thing.
If we talk again, I'll ask you. That way, my audience knows. I keep them hanging.
Okay, if the audition like ask you, you know like what you need to say because you already knows no bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. That'll work. That'll work. Well, it's been nothing but a pleasure, and I'm going to close this thing out. All right.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Hank Russell invitation. Man, it has been nothing but a pleasure talking to her. You could have been doing anything else, but you decided to watch Dione and I tonight, and we're so glad that you came here. It's going to be fun. This has been the Hank Russell invitation here on Millions.co, and y'all have a pleasant evening.